What's up, my name is GLoWhNo. Welcome to Forgotten Glitches, where I show you glitches in games that you either forgot about or haven't seen in the first place. Today's game being covered is Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. If you have any suggestions for future content, let me know in the comments below. And if you like what you see, why not leave a like or even a sub while you're at it. Also, make sure to stick around to the end of the video for an important announcement regarding the channel. But for now, let's get on to the video. Alright, so I can assume many of you are probably confused about this video's thumbnail. I mean, anyone would be rather confused if they saw Luigi chillin' wearing Princess Peach's dress, but I promise, after this first glitch, it will all make sense. So, let's head on over to the Characters Select screen and turn Handicap on. Then make sure 4 controllers are plugged in and select these characters in this order. For the first and second characters, select any character of your choosing. Then make the third and fourth Luigi and Peach. The last two can be switched out for anyone on the roster, but for the most popular example, stick with them. Now, before selecting a stage, set the last 3 characters' handicap to 300 damage and turn on teams. You'll want your first on blue team, second on red team, third on green team, and your final on red team as well. Now, select a stage, preferably Final Destination, as the platforms are unnecessary. What you want to do now is force everyone except the character on blue into a corner. Next, you'll want to approach them with the character on blue team and KO them in one hit. What should happen is once you reach the victory screen, the last 2 characters will be merged together. While we have teams selected, let me show you a glitch that lets all 4 players select the same colored character. First, have all 4 players select the exact same character, doesn't matter what color. Next, you'll want to click the player button underneath the character to disable them. After this, you'll want to change the color of the next person to the desired color. Repeat these steps until all players except the last are disabled. Now, you'll want to turn on teams and activate all of the disabled players. Once complete, turn off teams and you should see all characters are now the exact same color. Since we have Kirby selected, let's check out some Kirby-specific glitches, the first being the Earthquake glitch. No characters are required for this one, except Kirby in particular. Head on over to PictoChat and walk to the far right of the stage until your character can't anymore. Now, jump or stand still and press down B. You'll notice immediately the screen will begin shaking uncontrollably until the down B completes. This move can also do damage as long as it's out. Next Kirby glitch requires you to go up against either Fox or Olimar and have all items enabled. As Kirby, you'll want to wait until a Smash Ball spawns. Once you break the Smash Ball and have Kirby's final smash, both characters should now stand on opposite sides of the stage so that Kirby won't grab Fox or Olimar. Now, Kirby will want to use his final smash. Immediately after this, you'll either want to pull Pikmin close enough to Kirby so that he only collects Pikmin, or if you're Fox, rapidly shoot your lasers in his direction. What should happen next is Kirby will release an abnormal amount of items from the pot, and he will remain motionless for longer than usual as this happens. While we're on the topic of pink monsters, let's talk about Jigglypuff. First, select Jigglypuff, of course, and any character as the second. Make sure Smash Balls are enabled, and head over to Rainbow Cruise. For this glitch to work, you will need to have both a final smash available and to have waited until the end of the stage, right before it loops you back onto the boat. Once here, stand on the top platform near the edge of the pit and wait until the stage starts lowering. Once it begins to lower, use Jigglypuff's final smash and you will notice the stage rapidly moving you upward until all of a sudden you see a giant Jigglypuff flying in the background. On the topic of giant Jigglypuffs, for this next glitch, head over to Bridge of Eldin. This stage has an interesting feature as every once in a while you will hear a horn, and then this freak will ride from one side of the stage to the other, leaving an explosive in the middle, blowing up the center of the stage. This newly made pit is going to be very important for these next few glitches, so let's get on to why. Over time, a Twilight portal will spawn that will slowly rebuild the bridge. This is where all of our glitches will take place, as the bridge doesn't become solid until a few seconds have passed, allowing us to cancel final smashes, which can have strange consequences. As Jigglypuff, gain your final smash and wait for the center to be destroyed. For Jigglypuff's final smash, it usually takes a good couple of seconds to reach maximum size, so you'll want to account for that when jumping in the bridge gap. So wait for a little bit and then jump into the middle and press B. What should happen is once you reach either the max size or close to it, the bridge will finish being created and you will be ejected, leaving you at that size. Now, if you want to make Jigglypuff even larger, bringing a Yoshi along and doing the same glitch, you can have just that. As Yoshi, if you eat Jigglypuff and then escape the egg, you will notice Jigglypuff is so big that you can't even see the entire model. Eventually though, King Bulblin will ride through, knocking you into the blast zone, so enjoy it while you can. Next Bridge of Eldin glitch requires you to play as Rob. Rob's final smash won't let you become massive, but instead you can have a spiraling laser beam coming out of your eyes that will do damage to anyone that comes near. So, after the bridge has been blown up, wait for a little bit longer than last time, and then jump in between the bridge. Use your final smash, and you should be ejected from the pit with your final smash intact. You'll know this glitch worked when minutes pass and you still have your final smash activated. This glitch is arguably more useful than the Jigglypuff one, as you can actually play the video game. Since we are on the topic of stage-specific glitches, let's discuss the stage Spear Pillar. For this one, you'll want to be Toon Link facing up against anyone of your choosing. On this stage, there is a specific attack the Pokemon in the back will perform, specifically a laser beam that will come from the sky and smash into the ground for a couple of seconds before disappearing. What you'll want to do is collect Toon Link's final smash and place the second character underneath the aforementioned laser beam. While the character is stunned, use Toon Link's final smash on them and they will take a ton of damage and get stuck for a little while before getting launched into the blast zone. This next one takes place on Mario's circuit. You'll want to play as Toon Link once again and have the second player be anyone of your choosing. Next, gather Toon Link's final smash and place both characters on the top platform. On this stage, in the background, you'll see the Shy Guys making laps around the track. This screen will help you time when to use your final smash, as without it, you'll have to resort to reaction time. Once they are about to come into contact with you, use your final smash on the second player, and you will notice the Shy Guys in the immediate area will become very slow, as if they are still being affected by the final smash. Now, for our last couple of glitches, here are some that aren't necessarily useful by any means, but rather interesting to try out. For our first of these few, let me show you the Undead glitch. First things first, you will want to head over to Special Brawl and enable Stamina Mode. Now, for this glitch, there are two characters it will work on, but the steps for the two are very different, so to make things easier, let's start with Bowser. Now that you've selected Bowser, enable one other player, and also enable Final Smashes. Before we select a stage, set Bowser's stamina to 1, and you can now select your desired stage. Once here, wait until a Smash Ball spawns and break it. You should now use your final smash and get hit by the other player one time. You will now lose your transformation and be at 0 HP. Now, let's go over the steps for Wario. This one is slightly more complicated than the last one since you'll need 3 players in the game total and explosives enabled in the items menu. Entering your desired stage, you will now want to break a Smash Ball and collect your final smash. As Wario Man, you'll then want to eat any of the spawned explosives, and Wario Man should die. Except, as soon as his Wario Man transformation ends, he will now respawn with no percentage at the bottom of the screen. For our next non-practical glitch, here is one that requires Donkey Kong and Snake. Selecting these two characters, head over to any stage of your choosing and use Snake's box taunt. You will now want to walk up to Snake and press A to pick it up off of him. Once Snake's animation finishes, he will lift the now removed box off of him as if it were still there. And this is where the glitch gets stranger. Walk over to Donkey Kong and now grab the box from him. What should happen is Donkey Kong will now be holding an invisible box, which he can even throw. For the final two glitches, this one is also very unpractical, but it is a strange bug nonetheless. Head over to training mode and plug in a second controller. This glitch takes advantage of a strange interaction between Pikachu's recovery and a poison mushroom. So to make this as easy as possible, select any character for player 1 and Pikachu for the CPU. Now, head over to New Pork City and position both characters in these spots. What you will want to do here is once the swing reaches its highest point, spawn a poison mushroom, and then as Pikachu, press up B. What should happen is Pikachu will get a massive boost and get launched incredibly high up before eventually falling down. Now for the glitch you've all been waiting for, the final one of today's episode, here is the infamous black hole glitch. First off, head to the character select screen and make sure all items are turned off except for Hothead. Once you finish that step, what you'll want to do is turn Teams mode on and select these specific characters: Captain Falcon, Lucario, Lucario again, and any character you would like to see be the victim of the deadly black hole. Set everyone on the same team except for the character you chose to undergo the trauma that comes next. Now, this is where things get started. Select a stage you'd like to do the glitch on, preferably one that is flat though, and stand the Lucarios back to back with the character you chose in between. Now, at the exact same time, you'll want to press B as both of the Lucarios, trapping the character in between. Now, this is where the real torment begins, as we make use of the hotheads. When one spawns, Falcon Punch it to make it larger and toss it into the fray. After a while, you'll then begin to notice the screen starts to shake violently, and sparks of light will begin shooting out of the center where the Lucarios are. Whatever character you decided to place in the center should rack up heavy damage and subsequently be launched out into the blast zone. So, this may be the end of our list of Smash glitches, but as I said, I do have an announcement to make. That's right, if you'd like to support me in what I do, I have 2 tiers as of right now that will offer you a set of benefits including, but not limited to, members-only live streams, your name either read or shown at the end of my videos, my entire TF2 custom folder for some reason, and roles in my Discord server.
Wait, what? Discord server?
Oh right, as of right now, you can now join my official Discord server where you will not only be able to interact with me directly, but will also be able to conversate with individuals currently involved. But of course, if you cannot monetarily help me, but still want to support me in my endeavors, the best thing you can do is engage with the video via liking and commenting, and even leaving me a subscription if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.